There are still places on our planet that remain almost entirely untouched by human hands, hidden worlds that hold secrets millions of years old. Deep within the jungles of central Vietnam, a colossal secret was kept for millennia, a subterranean kingdom so vast it defies belief. This is Son Doong, a name that translates to Mountain River Cave. And it is quite simply the largest cave system ever discovered. It's not merely a passage through rock but a complete living world locked away beneath the surface. To venture into its depths is to step back in time, to witness the raw, creative power of nature in its most spectacular and isolated form. It's a journey into the heart of the Earth itself, revealing wonders that seem to belong to another planet entirely. Imagine a space so immense that it could comfortably house an entire city block, complete with skyscrapers reaching for a ceiling they could never touch. This is the reality of Son Doong. Its existence challenges our very perception of what lies beneath our feet. For countless generations, the roaring sound of its underground river and the mist billowing from its entrance were local legends, whispers of a terrifying place. Yet, the true scale and majesty of this natural wonder remained unknown to the wider world until very recently. It serves as a powerful reminder that our planet, which we believe we know so well, still possesses the capacity to astonish us, to unveil marvels that rewrite our understanding of the natural world and our place within it. The journey to Son Doong is an expedition in itself, a trek through dense, unforgiving jungle, a landscape of steep hills and winding rivers. It's a fitting prelude to the grandeur that awaits, as if nature itself is testing the resolve of those who wish to witness its greatest masterpiece. The entrance is unassuming, a small crack in a limestone cliff, easily overlooked, but this humble opening is a gateway to a realm of impossible proportions. Stepping across that threshold is like being born into a new reality, one where the familiar rules of the world above no longer apply. The air changes, the light fades, and the sound of the world outside is replaced by the deep, resonant pulse of the earth. Here in this subterranean cathedral, one finds a profound sense of humility. The sheer size of the caverns, the ancient silence, and the intricate beauty of its formations all speak to a timescale that dwarfs a human life. It is a place that demands reverence and respect, a sanctuary where the slow, patient artistry of water and stone has been at work for 3 million years. Son Doong is more than just a cave. It is a living museum, a time capsule preserving a world that has evolved in splendid isolation. Its story is one of discovery, of breathtaking beauty, and of the enduring mystery that still lies hidden in the wild corners of our extraordinary planet. To comprehend the size of Son Doong is a true challenge for the human imagination. The numbers alone are staggering. The main cavern stretches for more than 9 kilometers, a continuous, vast tunnel carved through the earth. Its volume is estimated at over 38 million cubic meters, making it unequivocally the largest single cave passage in the world. To put this into perspective, one could fly a Boeing 747 through some of its chambers without the wingtips ever touching the walls. It's a space of such monumental proportions that it feels less like a cave and more like an underground valley, a landscape sculpted in absolute darkness over an unimaginable span of time. The main passage of Son Doong reaches heights of 200 meters and widths of 150 meters in many places. This means a 40-story skyscraper could stand upright within its confines, and honestly, there would still be room to spare. When the first explorers descended into its depths, they must have felt like astronauts stepping onto a new world. The beams from their headlamps would have struggled to find the distant walls or the impossibly high ceiling, lost in the overwhelming blackness. This is not a space that can be easily captured in a photograph or a film. Its grandeur must be experienced to be truly understood. It's a physical manifestation of nature's power to create on a scale that rivals our most ambitious engineering. The cave's creation is a story of water's relentless patience. For millions of years, a powerful underground river has flowed through the Annamite Mountains, dissolving the weak limestone and patiently carving out this immense void. The river continues its work today, constantly shaping and reshaping the cave's interior, its waters echoing through the vast chambers. The sheer volume of rock that had to be eroded and carried away is almost incomprehensible. It's a testament to the fact that, given enough time, even the gentlest of forces can overcome the most solid of obstacles, creating structures of breathtaking complexity and beauty deep beneath the surface of the earth. Standing within Son Doong, one is struck by a profound sense of insignificance. yet also a deep connection to the planet's ancient history. Every surface, every drip of water, every echo is part of a story that began long before the dawn of humanity. The scale of the cave forces a shift in perspective, making one appreciate the immense geological forces that are constantly and often invisibly at work all around us. It's a humbling and awe-inspiring environment, a place where the true power of our planet is laid bare, not in a violent eruption or a mighty earthquake, but in the quiet, persistent, and colossal artistry of a hidden underground river. One of the most astonishing features of Son Doong is that it is so large it has created its own internal weather system. This is a phenomenon rarely seen anywhere on Earth. The vast temperature differences between the cool air deep within the cave and the hot, humid jungle air outside create a constant cycle of air movement. This movement generates wind that whistles through the colossal passages, a strange and eerie sound in the deep silence. But even more remarkably, this process leads to the formation of clouds. Yes, clouds that form, drift, and disperse hundreds of meters underground, a spectacle that seems to defy the very laws of nature. These subterranean clouds often wreathe the two massive sinkholes known as dolins, where the cave ceiling has collapsed, allowing daylight to pour in. The moisture rising from the underground river meets the cooler air near these openings, condensing into thick, swirling mists. These clouds can be so dense that they obscure the view of the jungle canopy far above, creating a surreal, dreamlike atmosphere. To stand on the floor of the cave and look up at a sky made of stone with clouds drifting lazily beneath it is an experience that blurs the line between reality and fantasy. It is a complete, self-contained world with its own unique meteorological cycle. The climate within Son Doong varies dramatically from one section to another. Near the entrances and under the dolines, the air is warm and humid, influenced by the jungle outside. But as one ventures deeper into the darkness, the temperature drops, becoming consistently cool and stable. This creates different microenvironments throughout the cave system, each supporting a unique assembly of life. The constant drip of water from the ceiling, a process that has gone on for eons, adds to the humidity, creating a perpetual dampness that clings to every surface. This intricate interplay of temperature, humidity, and air pressure is the engine that drives the cave's unique ecosystem. This internal weather system is a testament to the cave's sheer size. Only a space of such immense volume could contain enough air to generate these kinds of atmospheric dynamics. It demonstrates that a cave is not simply a static, unchanging hole in the ground, but a dynamic and complex environment. Son Doong is a living, breathing entity with its own pulse and its own breath. The presence of underground clouds and shifting winds serves as a constant reminder that this is not just a geological wonder, but a functioning world with its own rules, its own sky, and its own mysterious self-sustaining climate. The lifeblood of Son Doong is the powerful river that flows through its entire length, the very force that carved this colossal cavern from solid rock. The Rao Thuong River disappears into the ground miles away, beginning a long journey through the darkness. For most of its course, it is a true subterranean river flowing through passages of absolute blackness, its waters cold and its current strong. The sound of this river is the constant heartbeat of the cave, a deep and resonant rumble that fills the vast emptiness. It is a powerful and sometimes dangerous force capable of rising rapidly after heavy rains, reshaping the sandy banks and moving huge boulders along its path. This river of darkness is not without its moments of light where the two dolines have opened the cave to the sky. Sunlight streams down into the depths, transforming the river into a shimmering ribbon of turquoise and green. In these sunlit sections, the river behaves much like one on the surface, its waters glinting and its banks supporting lush vegetation. These oases of light create a stunning contrast with the pitch-black tunnels that lie on either side. To travel along the river is to move between two different worlds, the eternal night of the deep cave and the verdant, sun-drenched gardens that flourish beneath the open sky. The journey through Son Doong often requires navigating this river, sometimes by crossing it on temporary bridges, other times by carefully wading through its shallower sections. The river dictates the path, its course determining where explorers can and cannot go. Its presence is a constant reminder of the geological power that created this place, Every smooth, polished rock on its bed and every sandy beach along its banks is a product of the river's relentless work over millions of years. It is the cave's architect, its sculptor, and its sustaining force, a dynamic and ever-present character in the story of Son Doong. The river finally emerges from the cave system miles downstream, rejoining the world of sunlight and open skies. Its journey through the mountain is a metaphor for the cave itself, a hidden, mysterious passage that eventually connects back to the world we know. For the explorers who follow its path, the river is both a guide and an obstacle, a source of beauty and a symbol of untamed nature. It is the fundamental element of Son Doong, the Alpha and the Omega, the creative and destructive force that has given birth to one of the most magnificent and secret wonders of our planet. Perhaps the most magical and unexpected feature of Son Doong is that it contains its own pristine, untouched rainforest. In the areas directly beneath the two massive dolines, where the cave roof collapsed hundreds of thousands of years ago, sunlight pours into the abyss. This light, combined with the constant moisture from the cave's weather system and the rich soil on the cave floor, has allowed a complete and complex jungle ecosystem to flourish. These subterranean gardens, named the Garden of Eden by the first explorers, are a breathtaking sight. A patch of vibrant green life thriving in a place where one would expect only darkness and stone. The scale of this underground jungle is, honestly, remarkable. Trees reach heights of over 30 meters, their leaves stretching upwards towards the distant circle of sky. A thick undergrowth of ferns, palms, and other tropical plants covers the floor, creating a dense and humid environment that feels primeval. It is a world that has evolved in near total isolation from the jungle on the surface above. While the seeds and spores would have originally washed in from outside, the plant community here has developed on its own terms, cut off from the rest of the world by hundreds of meters of sheer, unclimbable rock walls. Walking through this hidden forest is, well, a surreal experience. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, just like any other rainforest. But looking up, one sees not an open sky, but the towering, arching stone ceiling of the cave, with clouds of mist drifting below it. It is a self-contained biosphere, a perfect terrarium on a gigantic scale. The presence of this thriving jungle so deep underground is a powerful testament to the tenacity of life, its ability to find a foothold and flourish in even the most unlikely of places. It is a lost world in the truest sense. The existence of these gardens fundamentally changes our understanding of what a cave can be. They are not merely collections of rock and mineral, but living, breathing ecosystems of incredible complexity. The jungle in Son Doong is a biological treasure, a laboratory of evolution that has been sealed off for millennia. It raises fascinating questions about how these plants have adapted to this unique environment with its limited light and isolated conditions. It is a place of profound beauty and scientific importance, a secret garden at the heart of the world's largest cave. A world as isolated and unique as Son Doong is bound to be home to an extraordinary array of creatures, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. The cave's ecosystem supports a surprising diversity of life, from the insects that inhabit the deepest, darkest passages to the monkeys that have been seen descending from the jungle above into the sunlit dolines. Life here has adapted in remarkable ways to an environment of perpetual darkness, limited food sources, and constant humidity. Each creature is a small marvel of evolution, a specialist perfectly suited to its subterranean home. In the pitch-black sections of the cave, life takes on strange and wonderful forms. Many species are true troglodytes, animals that have completely adapted to cave life. They often lack pigmentation, appearing ghostly white or translucent, and are completely blind, having lost their eyes over countless generations in the dark. Instead, they navigate their world using heightened senses of touch, smell, and vibration. The cave is home to unique species of transparent fish that swim in its underground pools, as well as blind spiders, scorpions, and woodlice, all of which have evolved to thrive in a world without light. The discovery of Son Doong has been a revelation for biologists. Expeditions into the cave have uncovered numerous species entirely new to science. In recent years, at least 7 new animal species have been identified, including a unique type of gecko and several insects that are endemic to Son Doong. This means they exist only within this single cave system and nowhere else on the planet. The cave is a biological hotspot, a treasure trove of biodiversity that has been protected from the outside world by its sheer inaccessibility. Every expedition brings the possibility of discovering yet another creature unknown to humanity. The animals of Son Doong are a crucial part of its fragile ecosystem. They have formed a complex food web based on the limited nutrients that wash into the cave from the surface and the guano from bat colonies. The survival of these unique species depends entirely on the preservation of their pristine environment. Any change to the water quality, air temperature, or humidity could have devastating consequences for these highly specialized creatures. They are the living jewels of this underground kingdom, a testament to life's incredible ability to adapt, and a powerful reason why this magnificent cave must be protected. Beyond its colossal size and living ecosystems, Son Doong is also a gallery of geological art, filled with some of the most spectacular and rare cave formations ever seen. Over millions of years, the slow, patient dripping of mineral-rich water has sculpted a breathtaking variety of speleothems, the scientific term for structures formed in caves. The most imposing of these are the giant stalagmites that rise from the cave floor, like ancient towers. One particular formation, nicknamed Hand of Dog, stands an astonishing 80 meters tall, making it one of the tallest stalagmites in the world. It is a monument of calcite, built drip by single drip over hundreds of thousands of years. Deeper within the cave, in areas where water pools on the floor, Son Doong hides one of its most precious treasures, cave pearls. These are remarkably rare formations that occur when calcite crystals build up in concentric layers around a tiny nucleus, such as a grain of sand. The constant dripping of water into the pools gently agitates them, slowly turning them over and over so they grow in a perfectly spherical shape, much like pearls in an oyster. Son Doong contains vast collections of these cave pearls, some the size of baseballs, scattered across the floor in dried-out gur pools. They are a geological marvel, nature's smooth, polished jewels hidden in the dark. Another fascinating geological feature found in Son Doong is a type of formation known as phytokarst. These are unusual, sharp-edged limestone structures that have been shaped by the presence of microorganisms, such as algae and cyanobacteria. In the areas near the dolines where sunlight penetrates, these organisms colonize the rock surfaces. As they photosynthesize, they create acids that dissolve the limestone in intricate, blade-like patterns, which appear to grow and move towards the light source over geological time. This interaction between living organisms and rock creates a unique and bizarre landscape of spiky, eroded limestone that looks almost alien. These incredible formations tell the long and complex story of the cave's history. Each layer in a stalagmite contains a chemical record of the climate on the surface at the time it was formed. The size and shape of the formations speak to the flow of water and air through the cave over millennia. They are not just beautiful objects, they are scientific archives holding clues to past environmental changes. To witness these jewels of stone and time is to look upon a physical record of the Earth's deep history, a silent, beautiful narrative written in calcite and stone, patiently waiting in the darkness to be read. For all its grandeur, the story of Son Doong's introduction to the world is remarkably humble and recent. For centuries, the cave was known only to a few local people in the remote jungle of Phong Nha, Kibang National Park. They feared the cave, deterred by the loud roaring sound of the wind and river that emanated from its entrance, which they believed to be the sound of a monster. A local farmer named Ho Khan stumbled upon the entrance in 1991, while searching for valuable agar wood in the jungle. He felt a blast of cool wind from the opening and heard the river, but the steep descent and the darkness made him reluctant to explore further. For over 15 years, the location of this mysterious entrance was lost again. Ho Khan could not retrace his steps, and the memory of the strange, windy cliff face faded into the vastness of the jungle. It was not until 2009 that he found it again. By this time, a team of British cavers from the British Cave Research Association, led by Howard and Deb Limbert, had been exploring the region for years, searching for new cave systems. Ho Khan, knowing they were looking for large caves, led them back to the site he had rediscovered. What they found would change the world of caving and our understanding of the planet forever. The initial exploration in 2009 confirmed the cave's immense size, but the team was halted by a massive 60-meter-high calcite wall, which they named the Great Wall of Vietnam. It seemed an impassable barrier, and the full extent of the cave remained a mystery. It was not until the following year, in 2010, that the expedition team returned with specialized equipment and the expertise to scale the wall. Once they climbed over this colossal barrier, they discovered another vast section of the cave, confirming that Son Doong was indeed a single continuous passage, and by volume, the largest cave on Earth. The formal announcement of Son Doong's discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific and adventure communities. A natural wonder of this magnitude, remaining hidden until the 21st century, seemed almost impossible. Its discovery underscores the fact that there are still wild places on our planet that hold extraordinary secrets. The story of Hokan and the British cavers is one of perseverance, of local knowledge combining with scientific curiosity to unveil one of the world's greatest natural treasures. It is a modern tale of exploration, proving that the age of discovery is far from over. Today, Son Doong is rightly recognized as a global treasure, a place of unparalleled natural beauty and scientific importance. Understanding its fragility is paramount. The very isolation that allowed it to develop its unique ecosystems also makes it incredibly vulnerable to human impact. A single misplaced footstep could destroy cave pearls that took thousands of years to form. Uncontrolled tourism could introduce foreign bacteria, disrupt the delicate climate, and forever alter the pristine environment that supports its unique blind creatures. For this reason, Son Doong is one of the most protected natural sites in the world. Access to the cave is strictly limited and controlled. To protect its fragile environment, the Vietnamese government has entrusted a single authorized company to run a small number of carefully managed expeditions each year. Only 1,000 visitors are permitted to enter annually, a number that ensures the human footprint remains as light as possible. This approach prioritizes conservation over mass tourism, recognizing that the long-term preservation of this wonder is far more valuable than short-term profit. It is a model of responsible tourism that many other sensitive sites around the world could learn from. The journey into Son Doong is therefore a rare privilege, an experience reserved for a fortunate few, but its significance extends far beyond those who are able to visit. It serves as a powerful symbol of the wild, a reminder of the raw, untamed beauty that still exists on our planet. In a world that is increasingly mapped, developed, and understood, the existence of a place like Son Doong ignites the imagination. It tells us that there is still mystery, there is still wonder, and there are still places that can make us feel profoundly small and deeply connected to the earth. Son Doong is more than just the world's largest cave. It is a sanctuary for wonder, a subterranean cathedral that inspires awe and demands our respect. It is a testament to the slow, patient power of nature and a living laboratory of evolution. Its continued protection is our shared responsibility, a promise to future generations that they too will have the chance to know that such marvels exist. In the heart of the Vietnamese jungle, this hidden kingdom stands as a silent, magnificent monument to the enduring magic of our natural world, a world still capable of revealing secrets that take our breath away.